Ever wondered if there's always a catch? You find a bank account that seems perfect, great app, easy to use, and you think, this is too good to be true. Then that nagging question pops into your head, what are the fees? Today, we're diving deep into that very question with Starling Bank. Are there hidden fees lurking in the small print, or is it genuinely as straightforward as it seems? Let's be honest, banking can be a minefield. You're bombarded with jargon, complex terms, and conditions, and it can be incredibly difficult to figure out exactly what you're paying for. It's like trying to decipher a foreign language sometimes. And no one wants to be caught out by unexpected charges. We all want clarity, transparency, and a bank account that doesn't nickel and dime us for every little thing. Now, Starling has built its reputation on being a modern, digital-first bank, known for its user-friendly app and straightforward approach. But does that translate to a fee-free experience? That's what we're here to find out. First, let's address the big one, the everyday banking. For your standard current account with Starling, there are generally no monthly fees. That's right, no monthly maintenance fees just for having the account. This is a significant difference compared to some traditional banks that charge a monthly fee regardless of how much you use the account. But what about using your debit card? Well, for everyday spending, both in the UK and abroad, there are no transaction fees from Starling. This means you can use your card in shops, restaurants, and online without worrying about extra charges being added to your purchases. This is a huge plus for anyone who travels regularly or shops online with international retailers. ATM withdrawals are another area where fees can often creep in. With Starling, you can withdraw cash from ATMs in the UK and abroad without incurring any fees from Starling themselves. However, it's important to be aware that some ATM operators, particularly overseas, might charge their own fee. This is something to be mindful of regardless of which bank you use. Always check the screen on the ATM before completing the transaction to see if any fees will be applied. So far, so good. No monthly fees, no transaction fees for spending or ATM withdrawals from Starling's side. But what about other services? Let's take a look at sending and receiving money. For standard bank transfers within the UK, there are no fees with Starling. You can send money to friends, family, or businesses without incurring any charges. This includes faster payments, which are typically processed within a few hours. What about sending money abroad? This is where things get a little more nuanced. While Starling doesn't charge a fee for the transfer itself, there will be a currency exchange rate applied. This is the same with any bank when sending money overseas. The exchange rate is constantly fluctuating, and it's important to compare rates before making a transfer to ensure you're getting a competitive deal. Starling is generally transparent about their exchange rates, and you can usually see the rate before confirming the transfer. Now, let's talk about overdrafts. Overdrafts can be a useful safety net, but they can also be expensive if not managed carefully. Starling does offer overdrafts, but they do charge interest on the amount you borrow. The interest rate can vary depending on your individual circumstances and credit score. It's crucial to understand the terms and conditions of any overdraft before using it to avoid unexpected charges. Always check the interest rate and any potential fees associated with the overdraft. What about business accounts? Starling also offers business accounts, and these have a slightly different fee structure. While there are no monthly fees for the basic business account, there are some fees for certain services, such as paying in cash at the post office. It's essential for business owners to carefully review the fee schedule for business accounts to understand any potential costs. Another area to consider is card replacements. If you lose your Starling debit card or it gets stolen, you can order a replacement through the app. There is usually no fee for replacing a standard debit card, but there might be a charge for expedited delivery if you need it urgently. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds pretty good. Are there any fees at all? Well, there are a few very specific situations where fees might apply. For example, if you make a SHAPS payment, which is a same-day transfer for very large sums of money, there is a fee associated with this service. This is a standard fee across most banks, not just Starling. Another potential fee could be for international bank transfers to certain countries using SWIFT payments. This is a less common type of international transfer, and the fees can vary depending on the destination country. So, to recap, for everyday banking with a personal Starling account, you can generally expect no monthly fees, no transaction fees for spending or ATM withdrawals from Starling, no fees for standard UK bank transfers. There are some specific situations where fees might apply, such as SHAPS payments, certain international transfers, and potentially for expedited card replacements or specific business account services. The key takeaway here is transparency. Starling is generally upfront about its fee structure, and you can usually find all the information you need on their website or in their app. This transparency is a refreshing change compared to some traditional banks where fees can be hidden in the small print. It's always a good idea to check the latest terms and conditions on Starling's website, as fee structures can sometimes change. However, based on our research, Starling offers a very competitive and largely fee-free banking experience for everyday use. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.